This is Mwenda Saba TV.
Now, to another angle, we point you more very serious, that thirikari Kenya kwanza ni gukara mono yake gwitikiria chaos. Otega last Sunday gashagwa na kanisa ne Kasarani engatwa nkomango nengatija iri samo inirimuru everywhere agweta no kuona kwina go entertain chaos. Kasarani so Peter Sarasia akiona mubira aje Kenya Stadium urone ngatwa. So I mean thirikari ukaraja kanoti muntu igwata akejo kirie tagaria muntu nakarendea kurimbi gutuma thirikari ikaraja ake go entertain chaos.
That is what I'm saying. The opposition or anybody within the opposition who want to replace William Ruto needs to sit down, call a meeting on himself and ask himself what exactly is William Ruto planning. Okay? Because thirikari by nature is supposed to keep the law.
Yes.
Protect the people and their property.
Yes.
Now, encouraging it is encouraging lawlessness.
Yes.
You need to ask yourself why. Don't concentrate on the lawlessness. Ask yourself why are they doing it? Because possible they are trying to elicit a reaction. They want to react to the violence which it is encouraging.
Yes.
And once you do that, then now you have gone into the trap of encouraging chaos. So that possibly the election is postponed, possibly the voting will not be possible. Because you see, the way Kenya is set right now, you can't steal an election. It's an impossible to steal an election.
What do you mean it's impossible to steal an election?
It's absolutely impossible. You can only steal an election in Kenya if you stop people from voting or you stop them from counting. But the moment you allow people to vote and the vote are counted, you can't steal it. I mean, I know why I can say you are surprised.
I'm surprised.
And I know where it's coming from. Because you have a candidate who have always told us the election is stolen.
Yes.
Okay? That has never been true. There is no election which has never been stolen here. What you have been having is a candidate who has never wanted to be president.
Raila Odinga.
Raila Odinga has never wanted to be president. What he likes is he go to the election for completely different reason, and I believe for commercial. Because let me ask you, if you want power, if Raila wanted to be president, 2007, he could have insisted Kibaki be the prime minister and he became the president. What he didn't do, he jumped to take the prime minister. Because what Raila looks for is not the presidency. He seeks privilege of government without responsibility. Like now, whatever happens is Ruto will be blamed. Okay, but the guy is a good president. What happened with Uhuru is that Jubilee Uhuru was blamed.
Yes.
But Raila was a good president. Okay?
Yes.
During Kibaki was a good president.
Yes.
During Moi was a good president. He want to be a permanent president. And the only way you become a permanent president is you refuse to take that job even when it is right here with you. I mean, just give you an example so that you can see clearly the psychology of Raila Odinga. Move to 2017. 2017, he defeated Uhuru with almost 2 million votes, 1.8, around there.
Yeah.
The court sees clearly he moved a machine. So they gave him a second chance.
Yes.
When he got the second chance, there was a court case by Maina KI. That case, the Supreme Court declared that the election starts and ends at the polling station.
Yes.
Okay? The moment that happened, you know, there's a lot of people who have an interest in stability of Kenya. They said they will have agents in every polling station, all the 46,000 of them, in order to monitor the repeat poll. Then they realized if this happens, he's going to win the election. So, he boycotted it. Okay?
Oh, you get the
Yeah, because again, I go party second round my agenda. And don't ask him to boycott. You understand? Now look at the subsequent thing, what happens. He decides to sow himself in. The National Cohesion and Integration Commission makes a big mistake. It tells the president that we know Raila well.
Yes.
He never works with a strategy. So, because the government were thinking that he will march to State House. They told him, Raila can't march to State House because he never works with a strategy. So you want to be sworn in, that's all he will do. He will be sworn in and go to his wife. Okay? So they agreed to remove the police. You know, they are saying the Uhuru Park was closed and all that. And then NTIC saw that people don't die. They convinced the president and government to remove all the police and leave the thing to Raila.
Yes.
Raila had nearly 1 million or 1.5 million people that day.
Yes.
You put people like that on the hand of somebody who wants to be president. You allow that 1.5 in the hand of that person. All Raila had to do that day, if you want the power, is to tell all the men, remove your shirts.
Yes.
Put your hands here. Showing that you are completely unarmed. We march to State House. And they would have marched to State House because there is no police or who would have dared shoot at 1.5 million people without killing 50,000.
Yes.
With the ICC case active, Uhuru would have abdicated and Raila would have taken the power.
Yes.
He knew that. He didn't do that? No, because his interest was not being president, was pressuring Uhuru to admit him into government without responsibility that comes with a position. Okay? So he went away. Just like that.
Yes.
Now forward to 2022. Who told Raila not to have agent in the polling stations? Because he realized if he has agent, he would win the election. So he decided not to have agents psychologically. And possibly Raila doesn't know it. Psychologically, Raila likes the privilege of government without responsibility. So he will allow himself lose the election, then he tell you people it has been stolen, then he move people to the streets, then the people get killed, then he goes in behind them, negotiate a truce, and admission into government. He does not even demand compensation for these people. He uses them like canon founder. In fact, I think the most dangerous Kenyan we have ever produced is Raila Odinga. Because if you count the people he has gotten killed over time, and these people, he never, ever ask them to get compensated.
Yes.
How many are they? And he is very happy in that government, and then the people who follow him also, they also follow him. They really follow him. If you are going to define leadership,
Yes.
Raila is the only leader you have. I can tell you, William Ruto has supporters. Raila has followers like Jesus. You see, Jesus has followers who follow without question and without expecting any benefit.
Yes.
That is what it is. Gachagua right now, you are saying is a Mount Kenya kingpin, which he has become. If Gachagua says he wants 1 million Mount Kenya people tomorrow at the Uhuru Park, first, at 9 o'clock tomorrow, first they are going to ask who is going to pay for the trip. Number two, what will we do when we arrive there? That is our supporter now talking, not our follower.
Yes.
If Raila says he wants 1 million people to Uhuru Park tomorrow at 9, by 3 a.m., they will have arrived because they follow. So he has these followers who really never question him.
Like now, Okamudikira is blowing coded out at the same time. Don't go into Nisfuna Kalia, or Rengo Kalia. On the other hand, Okadikira, Uhuru Akalia. Someone may ask, is Raila in government?
Raila, of course, Raila is in government. Okay. What he is having is something called illegal cohabitation. Because the law, this government they have is actually illegal, it's unconstitutional. The law requires that you make either a pre-election coalition or a post-election coalition. Because the law allows what he's doing. But then UNDM and the UNDM must have a formal legal agreement of joining government, of which they deposit with the registrar of political parties. What they have is in an illegality. I'm even surprised nobody has ever moved to court to ask the court to even dissolve this government. Because the court should be able to do that. Because it's an illegal arrangement. The constitution, what you're having is a creature and no need to law. There is nowhere where the law says that after winning the election and just co-opt the opposition. nowhere. Okay?
Yes.
So what he is doing is in government fully, he is only claiming not to be in government because the opposition is also not serious. Because the moment he surrendered his deputy party leader, the two deputies, into government, and he surrendered, I think the Minister for Energy. That is the minute he should have surrendered the leader of minority in the parliament.
Yes.
And the minority whips and others, so they become the majority. Because him,
Yes.
he has joined the government. So all the minority leadership in the parliament, both the houses, needed to belong to now the remaining opposition, which would have been Wiper Party or Jubilee, depending which one has a majority between the two parties now, because ODM has moved out. So what you are having here is also an opposition which is not serious about defending the people of Kenya and seeking power. You don't seek power seated in your bedroom. You seek power when somebody makes a mistake Raila did. You go after Raila seat in the parliament. Okay?
Yes.
And you know every country will agree that there is a government between William Ruto and Raila Odinga.
Yes.
So our position is also very interesting.
Now, moving forward, Professor, if come to the 7 who don't want Kashindo, but no. Well, in this case, like the alternative, lakini kile kwa mono the return of friend Matiang'i.
Mamoja kwa kweli kwa upendo inakuwa Wanasaba TV tunasimulia matumaini safari yetu tuko pamoja kila sauti kila ndoto inang'ara kwenye kioo cha Wanasaba TV.
This is Mwenda Saba TV.